Okay, so I'm gonna go and open this banana up right here like this. Okay, now I'm using one of the smaller bananas right now because sometimes with the bigger bananas, it's a little too intense because we just need a little bit of the peel. So I'm gonna lay right here across all of that. I'm gonna go and split this in two. I'm just gonna lay this just like that and just like this, okay? Just like that, okay? And I'm just gonna give a small little twist right here because I wanna get the entire tattoo covered in banana, okay? Because the potassium in this is really what's gonna start to remove this, okay? So the next thing we're gonna do here is I have some mustard, okay? I'm gonna open the lid a little bit and I'm just gonna pour a little bit of mustard right here. We don't need too much. We just wanna get enough right here to where, there we go. Let me get a little bit on the glove actually. Perfect, just like that. Now it's gonna be a little bit cold, so I apologize in advance, okay? Just gonna rub a little bit of that mustard on there.
Yeah, it's
okay?
cold.
Is that a little bit cold? And you should start to feel some tingling because the acidic nature of this mustard is starting to work its way into the pores, which is actually gonna draw out all that color, all that ink. And you said you got this tattoo about 10 years ago?
Yeah, about 10 years ago.
Got it. It's just times changed and you just want something new, yeah?
Yeah, it was for my ex-boyfriend. Obviously, we're not together anymore, so.
Yeah, so that's usually the biggest cause of people wanting their tattoos removed. This right here is just a little bit of saline solution. It's just gonna kind of aerate that a little bit.
Oh, I feel the tingling.
Yep, you will start to feel some tingling. Now this bubble wrap, I'm gonna put right over it like this, okay? And you'll start to see pretty quickly the ink start to rise up out of that skin and onto this bubble wrap, okay? So the reason I'm using this bubble wrap is it does two things. First of all, it adds uneven pressure to different parts of the skin, all right? And number two, because it's this plastic, it doesn't allow any moisture to escape, okay? So it's very important because if I were to use some wax paper, moisture actually can escape through it, okay? Now this right here, I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue. I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. Some glue onto this bubble wrap. Let me get a better grip on this so I can really squeeze it out of here.
And that's just Elmer's glue?
This is just Elmer's glue. Get a little bit on here. Is that burning on the leg doing okay?
Yeah, it's not burning too much, but
Yep.
I do feel quite a tingle happening.
I always describe it as if it were a salsa, I want it to be medium hot, okay? I don't want it to be too hot, but you should feel a decent tingle on there, okay? Let me just go ahead and rub this glue around the bubble wrap, okay? And I'm gonna put the glue right on top of the mustard here, okay? So there's the glue on top of the mustard, and now I'm just gonna work it out, okay? So I'm gonna spread this out just like this, because as I push it on the skin, you'll see the glue really kind of chooses the space between the bubbles, which is what we want.
Yeah,
because,
even closer, you can see
yeah, okay, you see the ink starting to rise about this
Wow.
already? You see that?
Yeah.
So a lot of times when people do tattoo removals, they go and they do laser removal, which actually causes some scarring and it really dries out the skin in a permanent way that's not healthy for the skin. The nice thing about using all these household products is there's nothing corrosive, there's nothing toxic to the skins. It's really all natural. I mean, we are using mustard, we're using some glue, and we're using this banana peel, okay? Now I am gonna take this banana for one more moment, okay? So I'm gonna do something with this banana that a lot of people think is kind of against what a lot of medical professionals would recommend doing, especially with a new patient. But I'll show you what we're gonna do with this, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so watch what's gonna happen here, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and break this in half, okay? I'm gonna set the two halves like this, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grip it like this, I'm just gonna squeeze, and as I squeeze, watch, you'll see it come through all the fingers. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna change the shape of the banana, okay? Just give it a little squeeze like this. Perfect, and see how it just comes right out the edges here?
Oh my goodness.
Yep, so there we go. And I'm just basically just mashing this up to release all the potassium. And I'm gonna get this as a nice little coating on this paper as well. Let me just lift this up for a moment and I'm gonna say, look at this. Okay, look at how much ink's coming out.
Really happening.
Yep, I'm gonna set that right there. Okay. And now let me cover this up again for just a few more seconds. We are about done, okay? And this should cool a little bit of that burning right here, yeah?
Is it time to massage it in?
Yep, we're gonna go and massage it in. You want me to move the bubble wrap?
No, I think that this is okay. Yeah, just let me know if you feel too much pressure at any point. I just want to really massage this to come in and
Yeah, I can feel the ink.
yeah, and
I
then
think it's coming out.
the doctor's going to be right back, but I just come in for the massaging part because I just really we want to get in there and we want to massage all of that ink out of your leg, just like
Oh my goodness, and look, we can see a lot of the ink's already starting to rub off. Look at that.
Wow.
So when we move this bubble wrap paper right here, we're going to see two things. Okay, number one, we're going to see all of these chemicals reacting. The potassium with the acidic mustard, it's almost like a base with an acid. So if you can imagine like a bubbling thing like back in science in school, you'll see that on the leg. But then when we give it a clean wipe, that's when we're really going to see this work.
Okay. Should be good to go because we can really see that ink coming through right there. So that means that this is almost gone. Are you ready to say goodbye to this tattoo
I'm ready.
forever?
I'm so ready.
You
I
want
want
to
it
saline
gone.
there?
Okay, yeah, doctor.
Just drip a
We'll
little
just do a little
saline in.
bit more saline. Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay, let's grab that chunk. And what's great about this is these are all natural products. So it's really great. It's not invasive and it's super quick. So
I think we're probably good, huh?
yeah, okay. Do you want to come in and
Sure, let me squeeze around
finish
here.
that up, doctor?
Yep. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use this paper towel here, and this is going to be our final wipe. So as I wipe this away, we should see a pretty much clean leg, okay? Sometimes as we wipe things off, there's a little bit of smudging of the ink, whereas as long as we got the potassium all the way around, it should wipe clean off, okay? So let me go ahead and just really gently peel this off of here. Oh my goodness, yes, look at the way it's separated. Yeah, here. Yep, and the reason why we're doing this is we don't want any of the ink that could smudge. We don't want any of that ink to actually find a new home on a different part of our body, right? Because we're trying to remove the tattoo, not smear it around, right? Okay, so let's get that, and let me go ahead and cut this part off as well.
Can't wait to see it.
Perfect.
Oh, I
Great.
want to see it.
Yep.
Take it off. I'm ready
Great.
to see it.
Yep, I know. You've been
She's
waiting
ready.
a long time, right? How long ago did you break up?
Like 9 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
So for 9 years, you've just had this awful reminder of, what was his name?
Brad.
Brad.
Yeah.
It's always their name.
I know.
Was it matching tattoos, or did he want you to get like this?
Okay, I'm gonna work that over there. Okay, look at this. You see right here? See how that's really starting to smear
Wow.
there? So that means that the ink is on the move right now. So we need to get this thing off pretty quick here. I'm just gonna make sure that banana's smushed all the way right there. Okay, how we doing?
I'm good.
Great.
I'm good, but I want to see it.
Yep, let's get this off right here. And you'll see right here, this mustard right here, see how it's a bit of a darker tint? That means that's taking some ink with it. So let me wipe that off. Okay, yep, perfect.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Amazing.
If you can give me a paper towel with some of that on there, yep. Great.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready. I feel like the tingling is a lot. I think
I'm so excited to
want
see
you
it.
to-
Wow, okay, I'm just gonna hold that right there. That a fresh one right there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give this a little wipe right here. And as I give it a wipe, let's just see.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, look at all that, okay? You see all that?
That's
working.
amazing.
It really is working. Let me get a little bit more right here. And oh, look how much more there is.
Whoa.
Yes, okay. All right, great. Let's go ahead and get this thing off. Can you get me a clean piece of gauze, please?
Yeah.
And now you do want to keep this out of the sun when you leave here. You don't want any sunlight to get on this for about 3 or 4 weeks, okay? Because your skin's going to be rejuvenating during that time.
Sure.
So you do really want to be careful with that, okay? I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And let's just, I'm going to do a little peel. And then I'm going to get this on here right away before too much light hits
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay?
So it looks
Perfect.
like I can still see some of the tattoo.
Give me a little bit of this.
Is that gonna wipe right off?
Yes, so it
or-
should come right off. Let me show you this right here.
Whoa.
This right here, look at all that. So all that right there, that's the toxins. And you'll see how it is a bit darker. You see how that right there
Yep.
is not the normal color of mustard?
That's right.
So that is the ink starting to,
Smells like mustard.
yeah, well, that will happen. Okay, here we go, okay? All right, ready? So, here we go.
Wow, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, wipe it
Okay.
off.
so
All right, let me
excited.
get it off the rest of the way. Yeah, where's the syringe? Can you hand me that syringe over there? Great. So I think we're good to go. Hand me one more. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this right here. And let me wipe this. And hold on. Give me one moment. Give me one more of these napkins.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, great. Perfect. And I'm just going to remove that. I'm going to lay that right there. And it should be ready for the wipe, okay?
Okay.
So here we go. What's going to happen here? Give me one more of these.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to open this up. We do want to keep the area sterile because sometimes, you know, we are working with open pores here. They are open. They are susceptible to more, to being tainted with other things. So at this point, I'm using only clear solutions, okay? Because we don't want your skin to end up yellow. Watch as I do this. Okay, give me a little bit more. Give me a little more. You see this? I'm going to put a little bit more on here, okay? We just want to get a little bit like
Amazing.
this, okay?
Okay.
See all this?
I can see the ink.
Okay, so you see how you can't really make out the pattern right now? Okay, so I'm gonna give a hard wipe. And as I give this, we should see all this ink come with us, okay? So here we go. Ready? Yes. Okay.
Bye.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna re-glove myself. You second set of gloves because you see how I have this mustard on my hands
Totally.
here. So now that we're dealing with the actual wipe, we don't want to. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove this as well. When you take off the gloves, always make sure to remove them inside out. Let's not cross-contaminate. Okay.
New gloves coming in.
And here we go. All right. In 5, 4.
right now?
I'm so ready for this to be fun. I just want to see a bare leg. I don't want to have a tattoo anymore. I cannot wait.
Yeah. Is this the only tattoo you have?
I have one more, but I'm keeping that.
Like that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it for your new boyfriend?
Maybe.
So when we get this thing off, we're gonna take a picture. We're gonna send it to Brad, and he'll truly know that he's a thing of the past, right?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Brad.
Sorry, Brad. Okay. Ready?
Nice.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Clean gloves.
Here we go. Okay. Yeah, we are ready now. All right, here we go. So as I remove this, all right, let me see. Let me just give this a bit. Okay, here we go. I think we're good. Ready?
Okay.
So as you wipe this, you want to give a twisting motion, and then as I push down, I'm almost going to scrape, almost like a, well, like if you imagine scraping it off. I don't want to push it in. I want to actually scrape it right off, right?
Great
Because otherwise it'll get stuck as it smears. Okay, so I need to scrape it off into the napkin and then pull it off. And once you clear the area of the tattoo, you want to lift, not swipe, okay? Because otherwise you'll end up with a streak down your leg, and I've had that before, and people are very unhappy with that, and we have to try it all over again. So we're gonna go ahead and see if this works. So once again, as I wipe this, look for 2 things here. Number 1, look for the abrasiveness of the skin. It should be a much more natural look than if we were to use a laser or one of those things. And also number 2, obviously look for the color of her leg. We can see here she has a really beautiful, like nice tan color right here.
Yeah.
And we should hopefully restore a lot of that same skin color in here. All right, there's some times where it does end up being a little bit more pale at first, and usually all that is just the removal of the top layer of skin, okay? So here we go, okay? So I'm gonna give a solid pressure right here.
Okay, we're ready.
Get these bubbles out of the glove. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go ahead and twist. And I'm gonna give a solid 360 here.
Whoa.
Okay?
Oh, here we go.
Okay, twist, twist, twist. And then hold on, 1. Here comes the scrape. Ready? 1, 2, 3, scrape, 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 scrape. And,
Oh,
okay. You know what?
exactly the same.
None of it
Okay.